So today guys, welcome to Travelling Matt. Today I'm in and around Farringdon and I'm going to see what I can find. Temple Mount film there, and then I'm going to go to some local hangouts. I'm just going to see what I can pick up. But so welcome and let's see what we can find. I'm in Farringdon and I've come across this building. It is just awesome. It's got a Gothic look about it. I'm going to see what it is. There's a plaque here. It might be it might be a royal court actually. So it says just about the Jubilee. Nothing instinctive about it, but I'm going over to crossover. There's one on this side I want to show you, and have a look at this statue. That's awesome. It's King's College, London. It's awesome. I thought it was some what do you call it, place, but anyway, yeah, it's King's College London, it's Success College, and it's very much in a Tudor design. I find out who built it or who's the architect, but I wonder if I can go in and film. I'm going to go and have a look. So here's a plaque that says in Dunstan House, Fitter Lane, demolished in 1976, 19th century building. Spin you guys right now. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this building is. This is King's College in Holborn. So that's where I came in. I don't even know where to look. My eyes are just... I'll go closer to the clock. I don't want to film anybody. Well, you guys see this amazing clock. Look at that. Such a beautiful day today. I walk up and then spin around. So this is King's College. It's done in the Tudor building. It's done in Tudor style. So I'm going to do some history on it, some research, because it looks like it was given to studying, and so you got a lot of the uni lot here. So what I'm going to do, intricate detail in this building is amazing. And up there, I don't think you can see it. There's a shield. And I'm just beneath the clock. I have to try and pull back. This is my view. So, if I remember correctly, I'm not going to try and put dates and names to it, but I wanted to show you guys this because I saw this again, but somebody was sitting there. So it's got Canada, India, Africa, Europe, Australia, I think America. Head to Temple Mounts, to Temple Mount, the temple. So this is a resume to show you exactly what we're going to experience. This is about, that's the Law Society, and some other lines are there for symbolic of power, and the cameras above. Trying to capture some of the old period buildings as I'm walking through. Is there Farringdon, between Farringdon and Holborn? And lots of tourists out. So this is Chancery Lane. Just want to show you this Tudor building on Fleet Street. I'm going to turn right. Actually, it's back this way. Let me show you this pub first, actually, before I move on, and then we can go to the temple. So this is on Fleet Street. This is the oldie tavern. It looks like it's going back to the 14th century as well. Yeah, 14th century. Look how small that is. Sandwiched between two buildings. So let me show you this bit here. See this building on the left? That is famous for Sweeney Todd, the butcher. Actually, the what's it called? The barber butcher. Sorry, who had the trapdoor and was on top there. Supposedly, he killed his victims, and then in this church, right at the back, which is his St. Dunstan's, which is an amazing church anyway. He had a friend of his to, I'm going to give his faces on it. He had someone to, so it says St. Dunstan in the west, so there must be a St. Dunstan in the east. There's a water fountain. I'm just trying to see if it works, and it doesn't. Oh, well, such as. So it looks like it does, anyway. So yeah, so he would. Where's that thing? Oh, it's up here. So yeah, I'm looking for the dragon. So he would have. I can't remember her name, but anyway, a friend of his, who's a baker, will put him into pies and sell off the meat in the pies. That's the story. Johnny Depp was in the movie, and there's been a series of movies based upon that story.
Transfer the entrance.
But what I want to show you is the locals, boys in blue, and you see this lion, oh dragon, sorry, lion. You wasn't. That's why you see the police that went past. They were. Let me cross over actually. They are city police, and then you have the Metropolitan Police. So the city police look after the City of London, and they can't go into the metropolitan area, which is outside London, the City of London.
Yeah.
And there's Queen Victoria. So this is clearly made in the 18th century. Now this court, right, was in Bridget Jones. Let me just show you this pub. No, it's not a pub, I'll show you that in a minute. That's not the pub I'm looking at. So this court is in Bridget Jones, and also in a lot of films obviously, but you always see the people, the news reporters outside giving their spiel about going to the highest land. So this would be the highest court you can go to, the Royal Courts of Justice. Now you can come in here and sit on a bench and watch the court cases doing the thing. This is where you get the barristers come. My uncle used to work here as a barrister. And I want to show you this pub, so I want to cross over. And I want to show you this little. There's the City of Westminster, there's the actual pack, and there's the Royal Courts of Justice. Ladies and gents, fellow travellers, and here you got the George, so excuse me, you got the George pub. So that's the George pub on the Strand. So I'm actually on the Strand, and there's a statue over here. I'll find out how old that is. I think that is 14th century as well, if I get my memory serves correctly. 1432, I think. This guy, I can't remember his name. Samuel Johnson, that's the dude. I knew who it was, but Samuel Johnson, Duncan Johnson. He is a political activist. And there's assigned to the Royal RAF. So I don't know. I think it's this way. just down there leads to the Thames. That's where we're going to go after. But I want to show you this church because this is very similar to the Temple Church I'm going to in a minute, which I'm trying to get to. So here's some stones laid in remembrance. We're coming up to near Blackfriars now, guys. And I know there's an embassy behind me, but I don't think I should film it. This is called St. Clement's Danes, sorry, St. Clement's Danes. I don't know if this is a Sir Christopher Wren. God sent me, sees me. Thou, God, sees me. Genesis 16:13. So I've said that wrong, so I apologise if I have. I was saying, God I trust. I want to show you this. Lots of statues right now I want to show you guys, but I want to get back to near Blackfriars. This is for the RAF. This is Lord Downing. And he was based over in Middlesex, where I'm living. Then you've got some of these effigies, statues. Gladstone, 1809 to 1898. What is this saying? This is Arthur Harrison. Oh, Arthur Harris, BT. RAF. I don't know if you can see his name. So, a lot of drunk people about today. So, I'm going to head back up this way towards, we're getting run by the cyclist. Past the Royal Courts of Justice. Head back to Temple Mount. In there, when I was working for a well-known computer company and doing deliveries, I was looking after Downing Street. And some of my work was that whenever I got posts to go to Downing Street, to Royal Courts, I had to phone it through. So, one was late going to lunch, or going out to meeting actually. So I left it for my good friend and colleague to let Downing Street know. It's been, I think Tony Blair first came into power. Anyway, long story short, when I went to lunch or to my meeting, it was a lunch meeting, it wasn't called through. They had to call off, they closed part of Downing Street because a parcel arrived and it was, though it had all the labels on, there was no, it wasn't rang through because my friend couldn't be bothered to ring it through. So they had to close Parliament for a short time to get it verified. I got a stern telling off. Yeah, don't lose my job, thank God. But yeah, that was not a great moment, but a great moment. So I've had lots of influence in London, and I used to work not far from here. This is, look at the got beehive on it, so outer temple. So this is part of the Law Society. So you've got the inner temple and you've got the outer temple. Got Lincoln Inn, Gray's Inn, and there's another two. Sorry guys if I've forgotten, but when I was studying law, I was learning it, and but I've forgotten a couple. But anyway, the important thing is that they have parts of this area that belong to them, belong to the different inns, and whatever, both as a barrister, whatever part you work for, you're under that, the Lincoln Inn or the Gray's Inn or whatever. So this might be another one because it's got effigies on it. And look, this is very period of days of the, what's it call it? Of America, you know, in the Georgian time. That's what I'm trying to think. This is, I can tell you what this is. So, this is the Freemasons. I'll tell you for why. Because you've got the lamb, and it's 1684. So I'm going to cut down this way, down Bell Yard. And this is still the back end of, oh look at this guys. So they're all having drinks. There's a pub down here. So there's a pub down here which has straw on the floor. In the old days, they used to have straw on the floor in order to, if dropping off ale, some say it's blood, because there used to be a lot of fights, you know, brawls and stuff. Brawls was in fights. And used to have straw down. Somewhere down one of these side streets there is a pub that is like that. I don't know if we'll find it today. I'm just wondering, so let's see what we can find. So I'm still at the back of the Royal Courts of Justice, and I'm going to see what I can find with the Law Society offices is there. Hear the bell? Look at this, guys. Georgian. All these are Georgian. Still by the shutters. We just came from that way. So, don't kill it over. So guys, it's so peaceful here. I mean, Temple Court, this is a court where the barristers are. And I'm trying to find, I think it's around that way, where the temple is. Let's have a look. Stroll down here. Got lots of nooks and crannies here. And it's where all barristers work, by the way. Old Tudor, not Tudor. The old Georgian buildings. So beautiful. This is the gardens you can come and sit. This was in the movie with Tom Hanks, Da Vinci Code. And this isn't it, but look at this food building. Middle Temple. There's such a presence there as well. Parliament Chambers, Queen's Prince Rooms, close to the public. There, you've got the inner temple. We can go the right way. You know what, guys? Just look at the hump, wall hump. If I remember correctly, this tree is something exactly the same in Glastonbury, and it's the story of Jesus' uncle, Joseph Sophia, who came here with Jesus when he was quite young, and he said he planted his staff in the ground, and then when he planted his staff in the ground, a tree grew, and the tree grew and became the big tree that's in Glastonbury now. And then a spring grew from there, and yeah, I don't want to show you this building yet because that's why I have to tell you this story. And yeah, so the tree grew and became and then the spring sprang, and then that's what Chalice Wells is called. So this temple, I'm going to show you this first, because this is significant to the story I'm going to tell you about the Knights Templar. There's the pole. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the temple. Amazing. Now this is a exact replica of the church in King Solomon in Israel. So the church in Israel was round, and inside here, which this is where all the Templars would have came, and this was their like base. So Templars had a lot of wealth, a lot of power back in the day, and then a lot of wealth and a lot of power. The King of France got a bit annoyed and got jealous and controlled the Pope, and then turned on the Templars and basically started killing. So look at show you this part here. More significant, and I'll show you the door in a minute. Here are all the knights that served as Templars. Now, we're not sure if they are proper tombs, but inside there are tombs of knights. And look at that amazing building. Guys, rest in peace. And there is another hear the church organs. Another tomb here, couple here. There's no name on it. One there. One here, which is 1774 Oliver Goldsmith. Novelist, playwright. Rest in peace, Oliver. And the guy here as well, who is, I can't see his name, but I'm standing on someone else's grave. This guy was a minister of, I'm not sure what that is actually, but still, I'll have a look into that. And here you have more knights laid to rest. I'm stepping all over, sorry guys. These are all knights, Esquire. These are all tombs and place of burial. Samuel Havering, Esquire. He was 20 years old, 1765. I want to show you this. You can see it from there. What a beautiful view, and the organs are playing. So, what I'm going to show you is the main door into the temple. Now, this temple door has inscriptions and secrets and stuff that has links to. That is also significant. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. Because I've done my research. Temporal Church. You can come to services. Look at this door, guys. Beautiful. Amazing. And look at the reason. Respectful. This is God's home, and this is God's home, and the temple served in place of God. I'll show you this as well. The temple served God, protecting Israel, keeping it holy. So I'm going to head back out. Past the old church, the old tree. And as I pass, you can see it behind me. So we had this tree behind me, and I showed you the silk that's holding it up. Amazing. I love coming here. Just rather go drink. I can just sit and just rest, relax. Just want to say, if you could like, share, and subscribe. It helps me to carry on doing these videos that I love doing and bringing London to you guys. If you're visiting or you live here, this is showing you places you can go and places you can visit, and it helps me to, again, I'm I haven't done it yet, but I should be putting a anchor, so you can make a donation, help with petrol to get to these places. And when I start going further afield, like Brighton and up to Somerset, I want to go and do places like Sussex, Wiltshire, where Sir Christopher was born. So all those things I've got planned in the pipeline. So yeah, if you could like, share, subscribe again, and pass on the video to whoever, it helps with the algorithms and obviously helps me to do this. And once I get my donations up and running, if you can help me out there, that'd be brilliant. So yeah, I'll see you. I'm going to carry on with the walk, and I'm going to go down to Farringdon, walk from Farringdon, show you some places there, and end up walk. And I was just thinking, as I walk through this place, you think about the amount of court cases and things that must have transpired here, where, have a look at this, guys. Big tree with ancient, 1566, destroyed in the Great Fire and rebuilt. So yeah, as I was saying, like the amazing different laws that took place here, the decisions that took place in this law, in this place, in this surroundings, going back to the days of when law began, basically in the UK. We're talking the Magna Carta of 1266. Have a look at my video. I'll link it in this video for the Runnymede video. I think it's, yeah, Runnymede, which I did do, which I'm due to do. So yeah, the Runnymede, Magna Carta, which I'll do this week. So I'll link it to this video. So yeah, this is where the seat of power of law sits. So you remember the story I told you, Sweeney Todd? This is, there used to be a market. I think there's a market still there actually. And we used to sell the pies of humans down. So what I'm gonna do, I push on down Fleet Street, and I'm going to show you guys a bit more seat of power of where the press used to live and work. So if you spin, this is Fleet Street. That's where I've just come from. But Fleet Street is a place where in the 1980s and 70s we used to get the big newspapers used to be, we used to run down. I remember coming down there as a kid with my dad and being, looking out the window, seeing these people in suits running around, actually working and getting the press. So I'm going to show you this big building. See, let me go closer actually. Just waiting for the traffic to stop. So actually I want to be on the opposite side of the road, boom. But anyway, I'm gonna walk down St. Paul's. We were there yesterday. So that black building there, I'm trying to cross the street. So this building used to be where you got the newspapers such as The Sun, the Daily Mirror, and all those papers used to be based in there. So I'm going to go down here and chuck a left. I'm not going to go to St. Paul's today. I want to go round the back to Temple. No, so it's went to Temple already. We're back to Farringdon and finish off down there. So I'm coming around the back of getting to Farringdon, so I thought I'd do a couple updates. There's been a lot of people out here today really intoxicated. I don't know if it's just the sun or there's something going on in London, but there's lots of people drunk. It's just really weird. I've seen lots of, I call them patches, and them patches are where people have been sick, yeah? And there's been loads of it. And I'm not sure, but it's nice for people getting out, enjoying themselves. Hell, I am. I'm just remembering a little I spent this morning with a good friend of mine, Casper, has gone home up to Kittering now. So shout out to you, Casper. And it was a good morning. So spent most of the time in traffic. So yes, I'm going to try and get us to Farringdon. Once we get to Farringdon, I can show you guys some more bits and pieces. And then I want to show you this period building from Tudor times. I want to show this other place, which is the Providence building now, but it was something else back in the day that has great memories and links. But let's just see. Get that way. Sure. Right. So I was just there yesterday doing St Andrews, which is behind me. There. And now I'm getting on to Farringdon. But before I do, I want to show you this place. It's called Eveley Place, I think it is. I'm trying to discuss it for light change. One thing, this is keeping me fit, guy. Right, here we are. Ely Place, sorry. Ely Place. No police can enter here without the authority of, I believe it was the Barons. Go. And I want to walk down here. Because there's a famous pub down here and also church. A lot of drunk people out today. So that's the church. And I'm going to show you up, which you would never find because I didn't see until I saw it on another video, and I've been down here so many times. If I remember correctly, it's just in here where the two poles are. You squeeze through, so narrow. This is where Queen Elizabeth I came, 1746. And there was a tree that used to grow here. It's actually shut now. But it's got an eerie feel here, guys. As a clairvoyant medium, I can feel stuff and I can feel Zach here. And that was See the tree that behind? There used to be a tree there. I think it's Walter Riley who used to dance around the actual tree when Queen Elizabeth visited. And there's a bishop's hat, the old mitre. The old bishop's hat. And when I'm back here, I can see it. There's the historic interest pub, Merritt's Taylor Walker Heritage Inn, the old mitre Inn. There you go, guys. Travelling Matt, travelling. Going to places, and this is a back end you can come from. This is actually a public passage. Don't say anything about back passages. So, check a left. A couple of jewellers as well. Not interested in those. I think that is Sainsbury's headquarters, guys. Not of interest to me today.
I know.
But Prince Albert, Prince Consort. That was Prince Albert. This is what I wanted to show you. I'm going to get a bit closer. The Providence Assurance, it says, but surely it goes back further. This is Holborn. You've got the Inn Court pub. All these places will be open during the week because this is when this place comes alive. When the office lot are here. There's a statue too.
Just go straight, and you're going to be back.
Looks like a statue of the Second World War, or First World War as well. Right, I've got to cross over again because I want to show you that building. And I'm going to try and cross before the cars come. A Tudor building, you won't be able to see because of the sun, but hang on. And this statue was to the First World War, and that goes back to the days of Tudor times. Trying to see if there's anything on inscriptions on the door, but there isn't any. But I know that's a grade 1 or grade 2 listed building now. So I'm just going to do a quick finish here, just in case I don't do the finish over in Farringdon. So thank you guys so much for the walk today. It's been amazing. Thank you for being supportive and watching my videos. Without you, this won't be possible. I love what I do. Again, as I said, like, share and subscribe. And I'm going to be doing a lot more videos soon. I'm carrying on with the churches for Sir Christopher Wren. I'll be doing that next week. So I wanted to do Holborn and the Temporal Church, so you guys can see what that was about and give you a bit more insight into that. So thank you so much for coming on the walk, fellow travellers. This is Traveller Matt signing off, and I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe, stay blessed.